Welcome to a special presentation of Sellout Crowd, Conversations with Coach. I'm Bob Stoops. I'm taking time to talk with my friends and colleagues in the sports world to get caught up and share some stories. But first, I want to say thanks to these sponsors, Rose Hill Builders, First Fidelity Bank, and Louie's Bar and Grill. Today, I'm joined by the great OU softball coach, Patty Gasso. Well, Patty, 29 years as a head coach at Oklahoma. You've been in 14 College World Series, winning half of them, 7 national championships. Oddly, I got to know you in 1999. You and I win our first, my only one. You're won a 2000 national championship. We won in the same year. But welcome to the show. I really appreciate you joining me. And before we get into, right now, what's happening in the last many years with your team, let's go back to your journey through softball, right? You're born in LA. You played at El Camino, I believe, and also at Cal State University in Long Beach. Talk about your coming up through softball and your younger years back in California.
Yeah, well, I've always been a lover of sports, and not just softball, but all sports, and really connected to sports when I was young with my mom. I lived right next door to a park, so my back gate opened into the park. So get home from school, get out of my school clothes, run over to the park. Actually, my sport I loved the most was flag football.
How about that?
It was big back then. That's what really makes me love football too. But they had 4 softball diamonds at basketball court. My mom was really a good athlete, but grew up in the years when it was very uncool for a beautiful woman to play sports, or women at all. Really didn't matter.
Right.
So her coaching came out, her love of sports. She was kind of a closet sports lover. And then her and I, just kind of like father and son, it was really mother-daughter, really bonded over sports, and all LA teams, Dodgers, Rams, Lakers. We were into all of them. Then as I went into my college years, I knew I wanted to coach. I met my husband at Long Beach State, and he was into coaching. So it was a wonderful match where he was coaching football, but it also really coached soccer. Now he's coaching softball here in Oklahoma City. So it was really a good match in the way of like helping him guide me through it and get me started. Started in high school, went to Long Beach City College and coached at the junior college, thinking, okay, well, if my goal is one day D1, go high school, junior college. And my junior college time did not prepare me for OU whatsoever. And so like a whole different world at D1. But I was pregnant with my son, DJ, who is now at the University of Arkansas coaching softball. Had my 7-year-old son with us when we moved from California to Norman. And now JT is my hitting coach.
Right.
So it was
doing
just
a great job, by the way.
Yeah, he sure is. So it was just a full circle, bringing the kids here, and not sure I'm doing such a great job at motherhood nor coaching. And I remember us saying we're going back to California, and my son
that was in 99, right?
It was right before the national championship. Yeah.
And Jim went back to California, didn't he? Your husband, Jim. Yeah.
You remember more about this than I do.
Yeah.
Jimmy went back and became a soccer coach at Fullerton Junior College, and my plan was to go back. And
you weren't making much money, right? You were like, this isn't working.
Not working. A lot of work, no pay. Won the national championship in 2000. Everything changed. Then Jimmy came back, and we never really rooted ourselves here because I wasn't sure this was going to be the right thing to do. And after we won the championship, pay changed, facilities were better, and we grounded ourselves here. So,
yeah. And now where's Jim at? You said he's coaching softball in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, he's in Mid-America Christian University, and
Awesome.
it's yeah, his pitching coach is Kaylani Ricketts, so they've got a nice little gig going on.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Now, we win our first national championship in the same year in 2000. Again, my only one, you're one of seven, but you took off after that. We tried to. We played in
Oh,
a few more national championships, couldn't quite get it done. Talk about, I brought the team over and we had a little batting practice or a little event. What, I can't remember what year, but and I had one pitch, my only moment of fame in softball. Was it you? I'm trying to remember who pitched to me.
no, it was my son, JT.
Oh, JT.
I
Okay.
believe it was JT, or he wasn't my hitting coach then. It might have been Trip McKay, but I remember you specifically. Like your guys, one, our softball helmets could not fit on their head, and they were trying to face our pitching, and they were really, you could see they need to stick with football. Were not really attuned to swinging bats, but then we started just doing the front toss, and it was a big moment for you. It was like your glory moment, and
Yeah,
you,
JT threw me a big old watermelon, just a nice, easy one. And all I kept thinking is golf. Stay behind the ball and swing through. I
yes,
hit
you
it
had
over the
spirit
center.
low.
I hit it over one pitch center field fence and over the
You were,
fence. And everybody wanted me to do it again. I just dropped the bat and said, I'm done. That's my only moment.
you did the right thing. You walked away at the right time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So here we are. You've got seven national championships, and right now, I mean, just the last 3 years, three straight national championships. 2021, you're 56-4. 22, you're 59-3. Last year, you're 61-1. Um, you had a 70 something game win streak going. I came out and said afterwards, I go, that's probably good that they got it off their back and let it go that you lost the game finally. How did you feel about that, losing the game? And I read you're not panicking, and why would you? It's just bound to happen, right? When you play so many games.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You can't be at your best every single game. I'll tell you what got in the way of all of that was being in the new Love Stadium because I wasn't
Yeah,
prepared for what this was going to feel like, nor could I prepare our team for what it was going to feel like. It was
right.
astounding. It was overwhelming. And we just did not have a good weekend, period. And you can't go in like that against Lafayette or Louisiana, who's got a history of great coaching and great players. And we deserved to lose. We probably should have lost another one that weekend, but it woke us up a bit. We've learned a lot. You know, losing, you learn so much from, and everybody's
Right.
so picky about losing. I'm like, God, you should want us to lose a game because we always respond hard afterwards, and we're starting to
Yep.
trend that way.
Well, I really felt that way losing. I said that's probably a good thing at this point in the year. Learn from it, move on, and I get it. That stadium has to be incredible for you. What does it seat and talk about your facilities now?
Yeah, geez, I don't even know where to start, and it's still not. The interior is not close to being done, but they're working on it pretty diligently. Uh, it seats, I think, 4,200, but we can standing room only, and they're probably close to 47, 46. If we need to add more grandstands, we have the opportunity to do that. But
Awesome.
it was a packed house, and it feels louder than the College World Series. It really did. And
Wow.
it was breathtaking. I mean, we were like chickens with our heads cut. Everybody was tight. We were nervous. We were caught up in emotions. We're playing, some of us, including me, and my heart was beating out of my chest for some reason. And players were very, very tight and playing kind of emotionally, and that never works very well.
No, well, you deserve that stadium. Your players do. All of you do. It's incredible. I can't wait to see it. I'm down here in Arlington coaching the Renegades. Yeah,
Mhm.
you see our championship trophy over my shoulder here from last year. So, but when I watch your teams, what I love, and I said this last year, someone was asking me about it, the passion they play with, and more than the passion, the joy that they play with, to me, resonates. And when you play that way, in my opinion, you play more free, and it's just really fun to watch the joy, the passion, and how just how well they play that way.
Yeah, I think you know this too. It starts in practice. So competition and practice, they love competing. They love winning. And it doesn't matter what we're doing. They just want to win. And when they are against each other, that passion comes out of practice. And you can see it. And it's real. And we've been accused of being fake with our passion and we're trying too hard. It's real. It's emotions that are real
Oh
that come
yeah,
from the heart. And I think it really has escalated the game. It makes it a little more exciting to see that kind of passion. And it's starting to shift all over the country. It really is. And then I go out and watch kids in travel ball and they're flying into home plate after a home run. They're copying what the college game is doing.
right.
And it's been really cool. I've been really proud of this team and just really being their authentic selves and not caring what people are saying from the outside or the judgments, and you know this, coach, I'm sure when you're winning, it's just more criticism from the outside and comes with the
Sure.
territory. I had to learn that the hard way. I mean, there's a lot of people with accusations and just trying to tear your program down. And you got to have thick skin and just keep doing what you're doing and not listen to the people who have no idea what we're doing on a daily basis.
Yeah, and you can't fake that passion and joy. I watch it. I'm like, it's contagious. It it boosts your team, and like you just said, none of it's fake or made up. It's just truly how they feel. I sense also, I read a lot about your team and follow them. There's a spiritual element to your team that I'm not afraid to talk about. That just seems to resonate also when anytime that I'm following you or watching your program.
Yeah, well, thanks for bringing that up. I just can tell you that we do have some very passionate faith-based athletes. It really started probably about 8 years ago, and it just kind of went from year to year. Last year, Grace Lyons was kind of our leader. This year, it's Alyssa Brito, Riley Boone. We just actually had a player baptized on the day we lost and broke our win streak. One of our players got baptized in her apartment complex
I saw
pool.
that,
Yeah, our entire
right?
team there surrounding. So lives are being changed, and this team really understands this is bigger than wins and losses, and they are pretty secure in that side of things and who they are. And it's been really a joy to watch lives change in the process.
Yeah, I love it. But here we are, 7-time national champs, 16-time Big 12 and Big 8 regular season champs, 9-time Big 12 tournament champs, completely dominant. What would you say are some of your key elements of coaching or of your team that you guys you pride yourself on?
Yeah, I think hard work, just that blue collar approach, I think it's gone away because people like this generation doesn't understand as much of what that means. JT made a comment to me and said, you're one of the last coaches that coach the way you do. And I'm like, what is that? What are you talking about? He said, you will hold players accountable. And the younger coaching generation does not do that. And I'm not here to be your buddy or your friend. I'm here to make you better, turn you from a girl into a
Right.
woman, but also bring the best out of you. And the way I do that is through hard work, discipline. I need their focus. I need their energy. I need, all of those things that are really hard to get when you're battling with cell phones and you're battling with all the outside noise. So, I hold them accountable, and I've kind of backed off a little bit the last couple of years. And this is something that will really maybe resonate with you as well. Is the players came to me and said, "We want you to be tougher. Be tougher. You're not tough enough on
Wow.
us." So I'm like, well, I can do that
You
pretty
wanted to
easy.
challenge them more.
Somebody give
Yeah.
me a whistle. I'm ready. So I was proud of that. I was impressed that they felt like they wanted more of that, because that's one of the big complaints from athletes of the days prior, are like, "Oh, you're softening up, coach. You're too soft on them." And this team said, push us harder, make us better. And I,
Yeah.
and that kind of helped turn us a little bit.
Yeah. The great players want to be challenged. I know big reason Adrian Peterson, he told me that he came to Oklahoma. One of the reasons, he knew he was going to be challenged and wouldn't be given anything. And I could tell your team wants that. You love it. They play with that kind of toughness. Let's talk, because none of us as head coaches do it alone. Talk about your staff. I know JT, your son, is your hitting coach. You could start with him and then work through your staff, and let's brag about them a little bit.
Sure. Well, JT has always been, he's very smart. He wasn't the greatest athlete. I thought he was going to be a lawyer because he likes to talk a lot. But he researches, and he's done a lot of self-taught understanding of hitting. He also goes into the breathing part and how to
Wow.
settle your insides. He also knows a lot about the human body and your
Wow.
tendencies, and aerial, terrestrial. It changed our whole dynamic of our team. He's really scientific minded, and really is a good teacher. He makes teaching fun, easy to understand, which I really
Wow.
appreciate. I'm really proud of him. Jen Rocha is one, it's quite different, and not in the way of research, but JT's got big energy, big personality. Jen Rocha is very cool and calm, and never too high, never too low, very steady, always there. Has really worked herself into research mode and finding ways to make our pitchers better. And it might be a little adjustment with their delivery or a little adjustment with their foot placement. But her and JT have joined forces together to really understand the human body and how we can put these guys in better positions for success. And then we've just hired Fale Palima of You, who just got married. So her last name now is Steele. She was a former player, two-time, maybe more. I can't keep up with these guys, national champion. She went and was a full-time pitching coach at North Carolina, and we got her back here at OU. So she's really the assisting JT. But I've got just a really phenomenal support staff, and I would be remiss without mentioning Jackie Livingston, who everyone knows at the University of Oklahoma. She could be probably the vice president of. She is fantastic, takes care of me, takes care of the team, but helps everyone else in the athletic department. So I'm very fortunate to have some great, and then every head coach knows, like, I'm like the pitcher. Everyone is glorifying the pitcher, but the meat and potatoes is the catcher. The catcher makes me great. And that, when you put that together, it's my assistant coaches that make this program great. I'm just at the forefront and feel very awkward at times, taking all the, praise when it's all about me.
Amen. I know exactly what you mean, because none of us do it alone, and we all rely on our assistant coaches in a big way. Lastly, you have a team of all-stars, great players. who's right now really, that's playing in a, just really hot at the bat or in the field, and what they're doing, just because it can change from week to week. I get it, but who's really standing out right now?
Right now, Sid Sanders, who had, for her, a mediocre year last year. She transferred to us from Arizona State. She was top 3 freshman of the
Pac-12. He
year.
was the Pac-12 Player of the Year, right?
I believe so. I believe
Yeah.
so. Came here, tried to match that. And when you try to chase old numbers, you always run into problems. She is now really swinging well. She was the National Player of the Week this year. I think in the last 3 games, she's hit 6+ home runs or something.
Oh,
Last 5
wow.
games. I mean, she is absolutely tearing it up. I'm really happy with Riley Boone. She's always been at the bottom of
You're
the
right.
line, but she is not just a short game hitter. I mean, she's hitting balls hard, off the wall, over the fence. So everybody knows the names: Jada Coleman, Tiare
Yep.
Jennings, Kinsey Hansen, Alyssa Brito. But we're filling in those gaps now, taking a little pressure off of those guys. We've got some really dynamic freshmen. Ella Parker is out of California, lefty hitter. She's our DP right now. She is a niece of Dave Roberts with the Dodgers.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so she's been trained very well, big time hitter. And then Cassidy Pickering, another freshman. Those 2 hitters have been top 5 in our lineup. I think they're leading our team, both of them, in hitting right now. So I'm really
Wow.
excited. They've kept themselves in the lineup. We need them. So really happy with what the future is going to look like as well.
Well, you're incredible. Your team softball incredibly exciting and fun to watch. Anytime I'm it's possible for me. I have it tuned in. Absolutely love watching you guys play, and encourage everyone out there to go see your Love Field and attend the games. And you're kind to join me, Patty. I sure appreciate you. I miss seeing you in our head coaches meetings. We always had a good time in those through the years, and but you're not ready to retire by a long shot like I was. So 29 years going to be who knows what, right?
Coach, don't take me there. You know I'll be calling you if I start to get that feel. But we miss you too, and I just appreciate you're still around, and you're still around for us, and very
Well,
proud.
thank you.
So thank you for doing that as well, because you're such a stable force for the athletic department. So we
Well,
appreciate it.
I appreciate that. And truth to be told, too, for my whole career, or a big part of it, I used to always visit with your recruits on Friday before games, right? Usually.
So helpful. I can't stress how important that is. And our players walk in there, the recruits walk in there like, oh wow, look at the shoes, look at the rings. The fathers walk in going, oh my God. I'm like, it's Bob Stoops. Oh my God. So I'm like, hey, whatever works.
Yeah, whatever works. Well, again, Patty, thank you for joining me on Sellout Crowd here, and wish you great luck finishing, and hopefully you get 4 in a row here with the national championship.
You got it, Coach. Thanks for your support. We appreciate you.
That wraps up this installment of Conversations with Coach. Follow and subscribe to this channel and visit selloutcrowd.com to find out about upcoming programs.